Hi, this is Leanne at Complete Payroll. Welcome to Payroll Country. Today we're going to be taking a look at clocking in and out and basic navigation for the employee self-service portal of TimeWorks Plus. This is a very customized software, so not all items shown today may apply to all users. Each system is customized to the needs of your company. To enter our portal, we're going to start at CompletePayroll.com and click on Employee Login at the top of the screen. To log into Swipe Clock, I'll click on the Open button here, and now I'll just enter in my username and password. If I am just clocking in and out, I can click on Web Clock, which will give me the options to either clock in or out depending on the time of day that it is. And then if I want to go into the portal itself, I'm going to click on the Employee Portal button instead. From the Employee Portal, I can clock in and out by using the Web Clock option listed in the navigation menu on the left-hand side of the screen. When I click on Web Clock, I'll see that I can clock in, or if I'm already clocked in, I can clock out. We'll go ahead and clock in, for example, and you'll see this message telling you that you've clocked in, and I'll just confirm by clicking Got it. So back to our dashboard, which was the page that we landed on when we first logged into the Employee Self-Serve portal. You can see that you may have an announcement, and there's also some statistics listed below, like how many hours you have currently worked already this pay period. So going back to our navigation pane on the left-hand side, next we'll go into our time card by just clicking on the button here. Depending on your level of access, you may have certain items on your time card and others may not. In the date column, you'll see the date, and then you should also see a pencil icon that will allow you to add or edit notes for that day. If you have an approval process at your company, you may have one or more stick figures, and if you have approved your time card, it will be green, and if you have not, it will be yellow. Here in this example, the employee has approved their time card, and then there is a second level of approval where the supervisor must approve the time card. If you have the ability to edit your time card, and perhaps you are managing your time by logging in and out on this time card, you will have an edit column where you can add or change entries. However, this is not the norm for most employees, as it is usually the supervisor that has the edit functionality in the timekeeping system. Anytime an item has been deleted, a trash can icon will appear. Now, as I hover over the icon, you can see that there is detail that pop up in that yellow window. All time cards will have the in and the out. You may see an amount under deducted time if the auto lunch feature is active, deducting a designated amount of minutes after a specified number of consecutive hours have been worked. Next is the category description for the hours, the number of hours, and if there are multiple hours on a day, we'll see that total. If you have multiple weeks in a pay period, you'll see subtotals for each week and then a grand total at the very bottom. If we scroll all the way down, we can see our totals by category and then the grand total. And if we have time off that is being tracked in the time clock, then you'll see your PTO balance here at the very bottom of the screen. You also have, for navigation, this previous pay period and next pay period to move between your pay periods to see those items. If you want to view by a certain date, at the very top, we have the view the pay period by, and you would select the calendar date. I can print my time card by clicking on the printer icon. And finally, under time card options, you'll see these other options as well. Moving on to my other menu items on the left-hand side. If your time is based on a schedule, you may see this schedule item here, which will be a basic read-only view or an interactive schedule through TimeWorks Simplicity. If you have time off, you will have a time off request button on the left here, and if you click on that, it's going to bring up the menu allowing you to request time off and also see any pending, approved, or rejected time off here. You'll also have this instructions bar, which when we click on it gives us a great description of how we would request time off and what we can view here on this screen. And then I can just collapse that down when I don't need it. I also may have a calendar available to view. Again, if I have time off accruals, I may have a time off accruals report menu item on the left here. I'll click on that, and that will allow me to view my time off in a report format. Finally, I have personal information. Now, the only items that you're going to edit here in this area is if we want to change our password, we can enter in a new password. And I can also edit my phone number and my email address. And if I make any changes, I would just click on the Save button. So that concludes our look at the basic navigation in Employee Self-Serve for TimeWorks Plus. For a more detailed look at each section of the Employee Self-Serve portal, please check out our video library at CompletePayroll.com. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.